So the NFL season hasn't even started, and these two guys are telling you to go trade for players before it starts. That's exactly what we're doing.
Yep.
We're going to give you 4 players that we believe you should go trade for right now before the season starts. We're going to give you 2 each. I'll go first in fantasy leagues. Let's talk about MVS, Marquez Valdez Scantling.
Talk it up.
His current ADP, according to 4for4, is wide receiver 52. I currently have him ranked as my wide receiver 50 on the year. So, I'm not all that far off, but I do believe there is value here and there is upside. Let's talk about it. Firstly, his involvement with the first team this preseason it should be impressive if you watch their games. The Chiefs rolled out their starters for 1 drive versus Washington on August 20th in the preseason. And here is the snap count for wide receivers on that first drive. Now, keeping in mind, obviously, that Juju, the presumed, if you will, wide receiver 1 on this team was not healthy. He was not there. So you have to assume that Juju would have been on the field.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at this. With Juju not on the field, MVS, 12 of the 13 snaps he was on the field for. Justin Watson was there for 11. Sky Moore there for 6. Darius Fountain, whoever that is, was there for 2. You have to assume that Fountain is not a part of their long-term plans. But the more important part here is that MVS was there for 12 of 13 plays on that first drive for the Kansas City Chiefs. So if they're going to spread the ball out a little bit more, we might see Juju and MVS have more of an equal value than some people might be wanting to admit. I mean, if you think about it, MVS, Juju both came in as free agents, and both have an incredible opportunity in front of them. 260 targets have been vacated from this offense last year.
Yeah, crazy.
Right? Tyreek Hill is gone. Byron Pringle, Demarcus Robinson, all gone. That's over 15 targets per game available. If you look at the Chiefs' official depth chart, which we can't put too much value into just yet, but their official depth chart has Juju as the number 1 wide receiver. Then it has MVS as their starting wide receiver. For third, it looks like Sky Moore and McCole Hardman are kind of tied for that specific category for third wide receiver at the moment. Now, of Sky and McCole, I think you could easily see Sky Moore's role develop as the season continually goes on. However, if you feel like Sky, if you want to get ahead of the curve, you can sell him at MVS. You can sell MVS at some point this year if you'd like to capitalize on this value. But lastly, money talks. MVS signed a 3-year, $30 million deal in Kansas City this year in free agency. He's earned more money than Juju did in free agency, okay? The highest cap number of any wide receiver on this team and the 7th highest cap of any player on the team. You're paying MVS as your 7th highest player. You damn well better use him. Just got out of concussion protocol, so maybe there might be some people out there who might be worried about, if he's going to be okay, if he's going to be able to stay healthy. If MVS is healthy for an entire season, I mean, it's really hard for me not to see at minimum a top 40 finish. So I know that doesn't sound exciting, but again, you're drafting him as a wide receiver 52. This is a player that I do think you can flex. And if there is consistency, you might be able to start, with this Chiefs offense. So MVS to me, I think is a great buy low at this point. And I think the Chiefs are basically trying to tell us that they're going to use MVS, and we keep trying to ignore. No, you're not. No, it's Juju and Sky Moore, right, guys? Right? I mean, they keep trying to tell us, hey, we're going to use MVS. We're like, no, but you're not, guys. You're not. So
we don't know.
They're going to use MVS, and I think that he's a great buy low right now.
That's funny. Yeah, MVS is definitely very, very interesting coming into this year, especially when he was used in preseason. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. My first guy I believe you should go buy right now is Devonta Smith. If you guys been following our Dynasty channel, I've been saying I really like Devonta Smith moving forward. I believe in the Jalen Hurts second year, and that's really the reason why. Current ADP on 4for4 wide receiver 31. He is my wide receiver. Sorry, on 4for4 wide receiver 37, excuse me. He is my wide receiver 31. I want to put him so much higher. I just can't. There's so many good people in front of him that I can't get him up there right now. But I do believe he will have a better, will finish better than wide receiver 30. That's where he finished last year. But I really like where he's going right now in drafts. Okay, honestly, once again, like I said, the reason why I'm believing in Devonta Smith, we didn't see much last year. Once again, we finished wide receiver 30. He was really the only wide receiver on the team besides Jalen Reagor and then Dallas Goedert. Now they get A.J. Brown, who comes in. Jalen Hurts in his full second year of starting, going into his third year in the league. Take it with a grain of salt, but the progression that we saw from Jalen Hurts in preseason versus the Jets there, he went 6 for 6 for 80 yards and a touchdown. It was flawless. It was amazing. Devonta Smith was not on the field, but I can guarantee you that Devonta Smith would have been targeted in that drive, and it would have looked really, really nice. Once again, all hypotheticals, but the progressions, the way he was in the pocket, the way the offensive line was, the way he was going through it. The whole process was a massive jump for Jalen Hurts, which for me gives me more confidence in drafting Devonta Smith, right, or trading for Devonta Smith. He's currently going right now in the seventh to eighth round. People like Hunter Henry, DeAndre Hopkins are going in front of him. Obviously, DeAndre Hopkins have a 6-game suspension, and Hunter Henry lost in the depth chart there. I'm not saying he's going to get hyper targeted. I'm not saying that he is going to have a,
Are you saying Hunter Renfrow or Hunter Henry?
Hunter Renfrow, excuse me.
Okay,
that's
sorry,
what I meant to
clarify.
I'm not saying that he is going to finish as a top 10 or top 15. All I can tell you is that what I believe in is that he will finish higher than wide receiver 30. He's gonna beat his ADP, and he's gonna be a good investment in, that is gonna return to you. Once again, wide receiver 37 right now, according to the community. If you can get him as a flex, a wide receiver 3, whatever the case may be, however your lineup is in your leagues, I'm believing in the Jalen Hurts progression, and Devonta Smith as year 2 coming in is also going to progress as well, purely based off of A.J. Brown. Now, a lot of people are going to be double teaming him. He's going to have a lot more looks, in my opinion, on the other side there. So I'm just really confident in how I see this offense outplaying this year. They have a really easy division in the NFC East. Yeah. So I'm confident in Devonta Smith. I think he could finish as a top 24 wide receiver this year.
Yeah. I love Devonta Smith as a talent. Let's see what happens this year. All right, my second trade for player, no surprise. Darrell Henderson. Darnell Anderson.
Henderson.
This is someone I feel like it's one of those players that I have consistently brought up as a value this entire offseason. On August 20th, we released a video on our channel called, I think it was Late Round Values or something, and Darrell Henderson was someone that I specifically brought up, talking about how he's being drafted in the 10th, 11th round. Let's look at his ADP according to 4for4. RB42, my ranking, he's my RB39. Let's talk about Cam Akers firstly. Now, I don't want to beat a dead horse. Not that Cam Akers is a dead horse. But this Achilles injury is at the top of the list of the worst injuries you can have as a running back. Just a friendly reminder. But that's not what I'm going to focus on today. It is a concern, but that's not what I'm going to focus on. Cam Akers is being drafted as a running back 17 in the middle of the 4th round. Darrell Henderson is being drafted as a running back 42 at the end of the 10th round, early 11th round. Let's look at the Rams running back rotation pretty much since Todd Gurley has moved on. In 2020, let's look at the percentage of carries for running backs in this backfield. Cam Akers, 30% of the carries. Darrell Henderson, 29% of the carries. Malcolm Brown, 21% of the carries. How about last year? Okay, even last year, keep in mind, Darrell Henderson had some injuries because he probably would have led this in most categories. But Sony Michel was still a factor, and it was annoying if you had Darrell Henderson. Last year, the percentage of the carries, Sony Michel, 49%. Darrell Henderson, 35%. So I know we keep trying to place Cam Akers into this Todd Gurley category, but this is not going to happen for Cam Akers, in my opinion. He's not going to be the Todd Gurley of this team. The modern day NFL is moving way more towards a running back by committee than it is the guy. You want more tread on these guys to extend their careers rather than just burning them into the ground, like exactly what happened to Todd Gurley. So I think we've even had reports come out where Sean McVay has acknowledged that. Like he's acknowledged that he wants to use running backs differently than how he used Todd Gurley. So I don't think it's crazy to say that Darrell Henderson, if you're telling me Cam Akers is seeing 55 to 60% of the opportunities, why is the 40 to 45% not going to Darrell Henderson? And when people gave Sean McVay a chance to say that Cam Akers was 100% the guy, he didn't he didn't do that. Sean McVay said, I think we got 2 starting running backs. Both running backs have been working with the ones at camp. To me, that does not sound like a Cam Akers is unquestionably the dude. You should draft him. Latest reports yesterday were that Darrell Henderson was healthy. He was practicing, that Cam Akers was not. Now we have reports today that Cam Akers is practicing. But there's a very realistic possibility that these Rams running backs are going to be injured every couple weeks. And you won't really know who exactly you can start. Yeah. I mean, okay, Cam Akers is probably dealing with the soft tissue. Now it's Darrell Henderson who's dealing with a little bit of a tweak of his ankle. I mean, this could be a very realistic possibility, but if you got a chance to take a shot on one of these guys, and Cam Akers is RB17, Darrell is RB42, and by the way, youth isn't a problem here because Cam is only 1 year younger than Darrell. What I'm trying to say is this is a great buy low right now because I think most people still view Cam Akers as being the workhorse in this in this backfield. That's why he's being drafted so high. And they don't view Darrell that way. So you can easily go trade for Darrell Henderson right now based off of his draft capital. Yeah. And I think you could be thinking yourself later when you have that running back depth that you need, or if Cam goes down. I mean, keep in mind, last year when Darrell Henderson didn't have Cam Akers, he finished top 12 almost every single week as a running back. It was reliable. It was consistent until he got injured. So go trade for Darrell Henderson. I think you will thank yourself later. And on the opposite side of this, trade away Cam Akers if this is his current value. That's what I would do. So
right.
I would go trade for Darrell Henderson if I were you.
All right, my last trade for player, and this is completely based off value, guys. Tyler Lockett.
I love it.
Currently going as the wide receiver for the current ADP. He's my wide receiver 39. And honestly, I was really trying to dig here. I was digging. I was trying to find stats for Geno. I was trying to find stats for Lockett. They don't have much chemistry with each other. The only spurt that they had was those 3 weeks last year with Russell Wilson. And even then, Tyler Lockett wasn't the favorite. But what we saw from preseason, I think was very key, in my opinion. Geno Smith and Tyler Lockett looked like they had a really good connection during this preseason. Obviously, you have to take that with a grain of salt. But I think they're going to be looking at Tyler Lockett a little bit differently coming into this year. Geno Smith is going to be looking at Tyler Lockett a little bit differently. And I think that's what really excites me. You can currently get Tyler Lockett in the 9th round. I'm pretty sure, Zach, I'm pretty sure you took him in the 9th round as well, right? In one of our
I think I got him in the 10th round. If I'm not mistaken. It was like my last flex spot. It was something in a 3 flex league.
Yeah, something ridiculous. And we're just to compare this to DK Metcalf, he's going as a wide receiver 19. DK Metcalf is a wide receiver 19 according to the community. Tyler Lockett is a wide receiver 40 in the community.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
DK really. Metcalf is currently going in the 5th round. 4 rounds later, you can get Tyler Lockett, who I believe is going to have more chemistry, maybe more targets. He may not get the touchdowns. Okay. You get what I'm saying? I think DK Metcalf is going to be getting the touchdowns, where Tyler Lockett could potentially getting the targets. I think he'll have a very safe floor, maybe 10 to 12 points a game for you. It's not a guy that you're going to be you plug and play and it's like, all right, set and forget. It's going to be a guy based off matchup. It's going to be based off a lot of these certain things. But to get him as a wide receiver 3 or a wide receiver 4 in your team for nothing.
5.
I mean, you can get him. See, wide receiver 5 for Zach. Once again, guys like DeAndre Hopkins going at before him. Guys like Michael Thomas, Hunter Renfrow. These guys. I think Tyler Lockett could have a better year than Amari Cooper personally. But all these guys that are going before him, I don't think should be, in my personal opinion. So I'm actually really confident in Tyler Lockett. I love what's happening. Geno actually looked good. He looked good. Once again, it's preseason. Right. It's preseason, but he looked all right. So I'm really excited to get Tyler Lockett in the 9th, maybe even 10th round in your drafts.
Yeah, and obviously you go trade for him, right? But
yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah, go trade for him.
Yeah, go get my guy Tyler Lockett. And I agree with this one. I like Tyler Lockett here. I would say, I do think DK got discounted in drafts this year, and I like his value. And then you look at Tyler Lockett, and it's like, for some reason, he got the double discount. He didn't fall 4 rounds. He fell 8 rounds.
Yeah, and I think it's a bit more difficult with DK just based off, where he's going. You feel more confident with the Deontay Johnson, with a Cortland Sutton, the Brandon Cooks.
Right.
Those guys, rather than Tyler Lockett going around.
Yeah.
This is Alan Lazard.
I agree
Jake
with this
London.
one. I definitely think Lockett is a really good buy right now. And you know, he's going to be an affordable option as well in the trade market. So why don't you guys comment down below? Let us know what you think about these trade targets and tell us a player that you're trading for right now as the season approaches.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/FantasyLand fam.